Hello and welcome to Faith Nation. I'm glad you joined in. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. My name is Faith and today I'm joined in by a guest you've seen before. Her name, she's going to introduce herself. I'm going to be leaving her to introduce herself. But today, as you have seen from the title above, we're going to be talking about the adult who never grew, or the adult who never grows. And we're going to be talking about issues about commitment, issues about gamophobia. We're going to be talking all about that. But with us today we have an amazing guest, so introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you guys. I'm Mandris, I'm a gift, I'm Mrs. Kaduli. I'm glad that I'm back on the channel with my girl Faith.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're very much welcome and thank you so much. This where we are at, we are shooting. As you can see, the background may change. It's such a beautiful home.
Thank you.
Welcome. So you're going to be talking about issues about commitment. But before then, do remember to like, comment, and even subscribe. You can share this to your youth groups at church. You can share it to your friends and let them learn a thing or two. So you're going to be talking about issues about commitment. When you talk about commitment, nowadays we see people, they have issues about adulting. Mtu anasema ati mimi si kufikiria adulting ni hii type. Ati mtu anafika sijui kuko hivi because you grew up and tuliambiwa maisha ni usome, ingie university, uolewe, and the circle is not the same. It's not funny. Hakuko hivyo. We don't know if it's you teachers who lied ama what's up. So where do you start when you go to issues about commitment and having fear to commit yourself and even adulting itself?
Okay, just like Faith is saying, we grew up with so many misinformation about adult life.
Yeah.
We thought that adult life is a life of freedom, a life of liberty, a life where all the pockets are full, you have money. But now when we grow up, we realize that what we were told is different from what is happening.
Yeah.
And this has led to so many people advancing in age, but they have refused to mature.
Yes.
They have refused to take up the laws, the responsibilities of adults. Like they feel they are not sufficient to move to the next stage of life. One thing that I want to talk about, Faith, is on the issue of something that we call the Peter Pan syndrome.
Yeah.
This is a syndrome whereby people will advance in age. They are in 30s, they are in 40s, but they don't want to grow.
Yes.
They don't want to be the age they are. Like it goes that age and maturity never come in the same package.
Yeah.
They just want to live the days of making merry with their youthful friends. They want to live under the roof of their parents. None.
This is a place where you find so many people don't even talk about their age nowadays, and if they talk about it, they are lying.
Of course, yes, because they don't want to get there.
Okay.
So that is what I want us to address. You find that a person has grown up, a person is at the age of 35, 40, and the person is behaving like a teenager. You find that even the dress code, what they put on, they are really struggling to be easy, to be comfortable, because they are putting on things that are not supposed to be meant for them.
For their age.
Yeah. You see, even when they talk, like we have the Sheng, you'll find a very old person struggling with words which are probably don't even mean what they intended to say. Why? Because they don't want to accept the reality of the matter that they have grew up.
Yeah.
They are in a different stage of life. And that now becomes the whole problem. We have grown up with misconception about this stage. Yeah. Reality strikes. Yeah. We don't have enough information. We are not prepared for the responsibilities, because the truth is, adult life is a life whereby you take so many of the responsibilities, so many of the commitments. And so you find they have grown up, they don't want to take commitment.
Yeah.
They will only live today. Talk about investment. The person is there, they don't want to invest. They are telling you, maisha ni hapa.
And life starts at 40.
Go.
Yeah.
So you wonder for the 39 years, what could one be doing?
Yeah.
So as we talk about the Peter Pan's syndrome, I want us to look at the causes.
Yeah.
What is it that will cause you, Faith, to grow up, to get to your 40, but you still want to be treated like the little mama's girl?
Okay.
The first thing is about the gender roles. There are some families or some communities whereby you find that certain roles and responsibilities are left out for particular gender.
Yeah.
Like, if it is cooking, is meant for women. If it is baby related things, it's meant for women. So you now come to Nairobi, like everybody wants to come to Nairobi, and you find that there is a case whereby the wife is working, the husband is not working, and the husband has grown up or knowing that cooking is for women.
For women alone.
Changing the diapers is for women.
women.
Cleaning clothes is for women. So how will it happen that a woman will wake up, go to work, come in the evening, tired, take up the responsibility, and the man is still sleeping in the house? When will that man grow?
You know, to change their mentality about issues.
God.
Yeah.
In some families, when we talk about the gender laws, personally I'm a Malian. In Meru, it is an abomination for a man to go in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So what happens if, for example, my son, my brother goes to work in a far city, in a far town, and they're supposed to eat? That is when they will. So this adult who never grows. I was giving an example of a Malian man who grew up in a setup whereby he knows that cooking loudly is meant for women.
Yeah.
So on the issue of the kitchen affairs, that man has not grew even a step.
Yeah.
So what happens when they go to work in a far city? They need to eat.
Yeah.
They need to put on clean clothes.
Clean clothes, yeah. And to live in a good and clean environment.
In a clean environment.
Yeah.
Then this person maybe malice, and the wife comes in now from a setup whereby my brother used to help me. What will happen in that family? We will have the adult who have never cleaned up.
Yeah.
Because they are not willing to take up the responsibilities.
Yes.
Then the other reason why there are some adults who have refused to grow is because of anxiety.
Yeah.
And this is what is common like to everybody. There is so much anxiety about adulthood. You know, that age when nobody will restrict me to go out, that age when nobody will question me about what I'm wearing, what I want to do. And because of this much anxiety, people are not able, they feel that they are not really sufficient to face this life. Like we are talking about adult life, is a life full of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people will tell you, I'm not marrying because I don't have money.
Yeah. And
You know,
fear.
they are anxious to get married, to mature to that level, but they feel inadequate.
Others feel like the age they are, they're not supposed to be fair. Because they're looking at their friends who at the same age they are, they are somewhere. They have built houses, they have started businesses, and all the anxiety comes in to I don't think I can, because I don't have the finances that are needed to be at that place.
Yeah, and then you see on the issue of anxiety, people fail to understand that your adulthood is different from mine.
Exactly.
Like the package God has for you when you become an adult is not the package He has for me. Things are different. Then the other issue is loneliness, where people will fear when I grow up, when I take up the commitment of being an adult, who will be my next friend?
Yeah.
You know, you are used to partying, you are used to going for road trips, and now you are going now to have a baby, a mother.
And people have suffered in that. I won't lie. I've met so many people, let me just say this before she continues. I've met so many people who, like, there's this, you find like you're working with someone, they have a child, but you know the child maybe came in earliest before they could think, because ni wale wenye hauko umepangia maybe. And then when she comes and the child comes, now that the girl is confused. Should I go partying? Should I be a mother? So you find the child ametoka kwa daycare, mama yake alienda wapi? Alienda partying, alienda photo shoots, alienda such stuff, forgetting that now you have entered into another phase of adulting.
Yeah.
And now it's hard to balance. Now what can you tell such people by the way?
We will be looking at the remedies to this thing that we are calling the adult never grows up.
Yeah.
Then the fear of commitment.
Ooh, that is big. That is big. Because of the men outside there, the men, they fear. But actually don't you know, such stuff, because they are thinking, I have a family, I have this, and others have, you know, some baby mamas, maybe you didn't, you had a now you feel like I can't.
You can't. You know, people will fear committing themselves, and instead they will choose to remain young forever, regardless of the age. I just choose to remain in a zone whereby there is zero or less commitment. The only commitment I'm getting to a matatu, I commit my 100 transport, I'm
then
done.
I go home.
No long-term plan. Then the other problem that is leading to the adult who never wants to grow is something that we are calling helicopter parenting. The helicopter parenting. It is this form of parenting whereby you find that it is either the parents are too protective or else they give you so much freedom. That one now is becoming a serious thing. We begin on the issue of a parent who is overprotective. This parent will never leave their kids to take up their roles, their responsibilities. Like, I need a shirt today. Kababa, kamama, let's go shopping. I need a phone today. Let's go shopping.
Even a business. You need a business. Come, let me set you.
Go.
Exactly.
Like, this person has never been left out to make a decision on their own, to mess up, sort the mess, know what to do next. So they have just been there. They have been hiding under the wings of the parent from 0 age to the age of 30. Tell that person who doesn't know, even when we go to buy an avocado in the shop, we bargain, he's here 30, near 25. Tell that person how to go and become an adult.
It's hard.
You are killing that person with commitment and responsibilities. Then on the side of parents who give so much freedom, you know, you are free to do anything. Like, you never learn. These are the parents who will even own the mistakes of their children. Like, your son, your daughter did this and this. Wangu aizi akafanya hivyo.
Si wangu. But there are parents who used to come to school and say, come transfer kwa shule juu wewe hiyo makosa inaambiwa si yako.
That is the helicopter parenting. Because you see what will happen next is that person will never know to own their mistakes. Because they are like, even if I'm a drunkard, niende na gari, nigonge, ni cause accident, baba atanitoa. What about this day when your father will not be there? Tomorrow sometimes never comes. Tell that person now at the age of 35, walk out and commit yourself with no help of the parent. The parent who are there to hold you, you know, like an egg. It becomes a difficult. What can we really look at when we are saying that a person is suffering from this syndrome of never growing up? Which are these symptoms? Utaangalia mtu hivi hadi kazini useme, hey, this is a baby. This is a baby. Number one, there are these people who live in their parents' house forever.
I was with a friend, by the way. I was the friend, and you were telling one another, but hii pesa tutalipwa inatosha tuende huko nje kweli, because you know at your home you're so protected and stuff. Oh, this comes to my part by the way.
Yeah, these people who will never be willing to part with their parents house. Akikuwa kijana like amekuwa mkubwa sasa, ni aibu kuingia mlango mmoja na your daddy wa
So you
mama
have to look for another
anatobolewa
door.
yake huko. If you find such a person, that person has not grew up. They have not come to the adult world. In my own understanding, when you get out of your home, your parent house, unajua even to budget for the 10,000.
Exactly.
You know that you have a rent to pay, you have bills to foot.
Your mind shifts from being a child to being an adult.
That one now becomes the first indicator. Living in your parent house, even when you are a grown up. Number 2, they don't like commitment at all costs. They will never commit themselves. Like you tell that person, tuko na karambe, tunafanya hivi na hivi, si unisaidie. Hiyo siku ikikaribia nitakusort. No, they don't want to be like ulisema hii na hii. That person has not grown up, because an adult, a mature person will always
honor a commitment,
make a commitment and honor that commitment.
Yeah.
Then the other thing about the adult who never agree, they are emotionally immature.
Very.
You know, a small thing will bro that person. So they will be like, mbona unanifanyia madharau hivyo? Unafikiria mimi
because they are dealing with something inside, and maybe some anxiety.
Good.
And now they are bringing it outside through some issues that doesn't even make sense.
Then the other indicator of a person of the adult who never grew up, they spend money unwisely. And they have trouble with personal finances. You know, the character of a baby. Umepea mtoto shilingi 10, anafikiria vile hiyo 10 ataiangamiza.
Akipata pesa hivi, there are those people, let's discuss about this. There are people who you are paid. People are watching from where I work from, you know what I'm saying. You're paid today, and tomorrow they don't have the money, and the people keep on asking the person, where did you take the money? Because wakipata pesa hivi wanaangalia, how will I sabotage this money?
Yeah. You see, for us, the people who work with the government, the civil servant, we are paying between 25th and 30th of the month. There are some people you will find asking you to kuokolea mi na katuandel, niokolee na kamia on that. They will ask you, can you kuokolea mi? That is an indicator of an adult who has not grown up. Because you see, if you have grown up, you know you have responsibilities.
Exactly.
Money, even when it's little, it will be enough. Exactly. And now that we are Christians, those people who don't tithe.
On this issue about tithing, I was talking about this topic where you find people, they first use money on issues, and then ikibaki kama ile pesa yenye imebaki unaanza kwambia Mungu, hata wewe unajua sina fare, hata Mungu unajua sina fare,
yani ngumu ibaki,
na kubaki ni ngumu, and then you would tithe because you don't have even money for the other things to use in the house and everything. Yeah.
And then the other indicator of the adult who never grows up, they are consistently avoiding addressing relationship issues in a manner that they will be productive. And by the way, these people, when things go wrong, it is either they are giving an excuse or blaming someone because of the things they have done wrong. That is an adult who has never grown up.
Is this the issue about relationship? And wale wase unamuulizanga na huyo manzi yako si muoane ama mfanye harusi, hapana si sai huyu hata siko sure ngojeni kidogo nikuwe sure because they may have a good woman or a boyfriend who is ready for marriage, but for them, because they have issues na adulting, they are like, I don't want to commit myself to that.
That is it. And by the way, the reason why they behave in such a way is because of something we have mentioned, which is known as helicopter parenting.
Yeah.
In helicopter parenting, they have not been given the space, the opportunity to know I've done the wrong thing. Let me put things in order. Then the other indicator of an adult who has never grown up, they will always keep on jumping from one job to the other in the name of looking for a greener. These people, they are not stable. The adult who never grew will never be stable in any job because they are used to things being done for them. So anytime they are faced with a responsibility like a job, they find that these people are not understanding me. So they move from A to B to C to D in search of this kind of a job that will pamper them, in search of these colleagues who will treat them like the little mama's boy, the little mama's girl. Then the other issue is that they suffer from emotional outbursts, especially when they are faced with the stressful situations. In every group, there is that person we know who will never handle stress. They will bang the tables, they will shout the hell out of them.
We work with them. We work with people who will cause drama. Sometimes it's not a big issue, but the way they react to the small issue, it will tell you so much about
the whole thing.
Because they will overreact, they will not want to talk to anybody, they will bang doors in the office, they will do every chaotic thing they can do.
The adult who never grew up. Because you can imagine that person now, the person who has emotion outburst, being given an institution to read. Like 1 minute they sack everybody, the other minute they are advertising for the positions.
I've worked in such a place, so
it can be chaotic. Because when you talk about the adults, the growth needs even to incorporate the emotion part of you, the behavior part of you.
And those people are dangerous when they become bosses, because I've seen some CEO hiring people, putting up posters for jobs almost after 2 weeks, because people cannot work with him because of the issue about emotional outbursts.
Then the other thing is that these adults never grows. They have no interest or little interest when it comes to personal growth. They don't want even to take a training of 1-2 days online to develop the person they are.
And the people who cannot even volunteer for something.
Exactly. They like living in the comfort zone. They will be like, nyi bando mnasomanga?
Bando mna volunteer?
Bando mnajitolea? Bando mnajenga inchi? These are the adults who never grows up. Because they fear they will have some development on the person in them. Then after that, they might be given a responsibility. For example, for us, we have the refresher courses, the training. You can find the adult who never grows will never want to attend any refresher course. Why? Because they fear after that they might be given more responsibility. And even the current responsibility is a burden to them. They cannot take up. Then the other thing is that they always want to be treated as the special person. Face hata nyinyi mnaelewa. Si mnajua tu situation yangu.
Mnaelewa. Please ni understanding. They want to be special. Every place you go in church, they want to be treated special. At their workplaces, you know,
the adult never grows. You know, just like a small baby, they want to be given attention. Such that even when we say that we are parting with that kind of a person, you serve them, they will be like, unjaniwekea kiwalu na hii mfupa umeniwekea. Like when food was being prepared, did we have food for the special class and these other class of citizens? The adult never grows. Then they have the fear of negative evaluation. Try make a correction to that person and tell them hapa endi vizuri. That is when hell will break loose.
The people who hate being corrected. Actually.
They don't for them.
Don't correct me. Everything I do is perfect.
Yeah, because they have not grown up to get to that level of I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I learn from my mistakes. For them, they live in a zone of okay. Nobody can be better than me. Then this adult never grows up. They always want to take the top cream of everything. Because remember, we are saying that they want to be treated as a special part of creation. So they always want the top cream, the best, and anytime they see you taking the best, they have a feeling that ingekuwa mimi.
Kila saa they want them. It is about them. It is about them. You go for an interview, let them win. You go for this job, let them be there, you know, doing the best. You know, they want to be. It's them.
Exactly. Then finally, about the symptom of this adult who never grow up, we saw that for them they like keeping a public opinion and telling you what they could do, but they will never plan to do it. For them, theirs is a public opinion rather than a personal plan.
Yeah.
You know, like there are two people here who want to build a house. There is one person who will not say, I'm building a house. They will put up their house silently and you find the house. Then you have another person. Ile siku nitajenga, ile design nitajenga, and they will sing the chorus for 3 years.
Ile siku nitaanzia kusave.
Good.
Ile siku nitaanzia hii biashara.
That is the adult who never grows. And they always want to start on a slow tone. You ask them, when are you doing this and this? Sinanga haraka, hii Kenya haina haraka.
By the way, hakuna haraka, sasa mtu anaenda wapi?
Good. Any person you find that they are not in a hurry to do this.
Wamefika.
Lakini you find that wamefika tu vile wameanza. Know that person has a problem of growth. How do we help this character? Number 1, stop enabling them or assisting them. You have known a person has this weakness or never growing up. Akilipo on that year tarehe 3 akukope, achana na yeye, afanye kile watu wazima huwa wanafanya. Don't be there for them. They don't have food, they come to your house, they are angry. Don't give them food. Next time they will know how to hustle and buy food.
Save up for the money.
Then they are calling you, sijui mimi nimegonjeka nini. Give them a little money for the hospital, but make sure you tell them there is something that is called a health insurance policy.
Exactly.
Let them have it. Then the other way that we can help them is to gradually introduce them into concept life. For example, if you find this person will never be stable in any work, how do you help that person? Find a job for them, not a very complicated job. Introduce them to that job. Let them do that job. Akikuja kupigia kelele kazini kuko na hii na hii, try to make them understand that every work has its own challenges. Let them do the work. Then finally remove distractions from their life. Why? Because there are some people who will be good minus the phone, good minus social media, good minus game, good minus friends. Make sure that if it is possible, that thing that hinders them from thinking like a mature person, behaving like a mature person, let it get out of their life. And that is all about the adult who never grew up.
Well, I feel like clapping because it's so poetic. But I was thinking, now you find people, they're trying. This person who is trying in Nairobi, they are waking up and hustling, but they are so afraid. You know, they are like, I didn't think it was going to be this way. And then we talk with so many people and they are like, I didn't think life was going to be this way. I thought after university, kazi ndio hii. But now you are hustling up and down. The job has ikuji, ukipata ingine unalipo pesa kidogo and sustaining yourself for rent, food, and even some are helping their parents back at home. What do you think we should do to that kind of a group? They are ready. They are being emotionally unstable. They're trying their level best. But now also adulting in a kiboko kila siku asubuhi.
There's something that I always tell people, and I think I've mentioned it a number of times in our group, in our small group. A person who has an idea, a person who has a vision, a person who is hardworking is better than a person with nothing. No formula, no vision, no idea, dream. No work, no dream. What I can tell this person who really tries to make edges to meet, let them not give up. Let them not give up. One day, one time, things will materialize. There is a God in heaven who sees the effort that you put, and one day he will reward you. The second thing that I want to encourage that kind of a person is that what my adulthood is not your adulthood is.
They are not the same.
You either choose to be comfortable with who you are. Number two, you can also ask God, is this really the kind of life that you wanted me to live? If that is the life that God wants you to live, he will give you the grace. He will provide for you at that level. But don't feel excited. Don't be anxious to get to levels of other people. The only person you are worthy competing with in life is you. Compete to make a better version of you tomorrow.
Of yourself,
If today I saved 5 bob, my effort should be tomorrow I want to save 10 bob. And that one will be a good effort. So if in your heart you are giving the best of your everything, the best of your effort, just tell God to bless the work of your hands.
So real quick, because I know time is not on our side, I don't want to miss on this group. It's this group that has tried businesses. Not once, not twice, not thrice. But nothing is working. They have tried, starting up something. Amejaribu biashara ya viatu, amejaribu biashara ya hii, unaibiwa. Yaani hata ujui life imeangalia side gani ya maisha. And they have tried it. I know we will not talk about relationship about trying in relationships because I know we'll talk that mahali pengine. But now let's face this group that yes, ametry hizo biashara tunasema. Mwingine mpaka ametry hii job, wanaleiwa off. Anatry nyingine kwa tunakatiwa off, ako ndani. Wale watu tunakatwa mshahara, ako ndani. Let's talk about that person who has tried not once, not twice, countless times in businesses, in career-wise. What can you tell that person?
I'll just tell that person how to take a spiritual dimension. Some things we see manifest in the physical, they are for roots in the spiritual. Take time, pray to God. You could be maybe coming from a family which is under a curse. you could maybe having a person, maybe a parent, you have issues with your parent you have never resolved, and I want to tell you, you can never prosper if you have issues with your parent. You need to put things in order. Maybe you are not a faithful giver, because the only secret about having is giving. Prayer and fasting don't bring money. Going to church every day in the morning don't bring money. What makes you rich is the art of giving. Then the other part about the spiritual approach of it, you also need to give an offering of commanding breakthrough in your life. Unless you know the secret of prayer, there is a demon, there is a spirit which will always speak from your background that you can never make it more than your parent did. You can never make it to be a better version than your uncle was. So you need also to give an offering and break the limit that is there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess this one we will handle it for some other time. You know, she goes and comes back, but I know we will handle it some other time when we talk about, you know, inferiority complex, you know, issues that you suffer from inside, not the physical, but from inside, and spiritual stuff that you know that disturb you from the inside. Now the things we don't see, we see you working hard and the business coming down, but we don't see what is going on inside and spiritually, the battles you're fighting spiritually. So I'm hoping you've learned a thing or two. I've really learned a lot. I've seen the characters of other people and I've seen myself where I need to work on myself. Kuna mmoja wetu anasemanga, umesikia kila kitu imehubiriwa, mtu anajua penye ameguzwa. Hata hii nitawaambia tu, unajua kenye imekuguza, go work on yourself. But do remember to like, comment, share, and even subscribe. You know, you can find Mwende on Facebook. It's Mwende BM, right? Yeah, you can go find her there. She's just an amazing person. You know, she will not lack a word for you. You're suffering, you're going through, I don't know what, she will never lack a word for you. She's just an amazing speaker. And do remember to do that. You can share to your friends. You know, share this link to your WhatsApp status, WhatsApp groups, and ensure that people get this information. People need to know how to deal maybe with a friend. They have been wondering, maybe it's the issue about the adult who never grew up. So remember to subscribe. Remember, we are going to 50,000 subscribers by faith.
We are getting there
and beyond by faith.
And beyond.
Yeah, so do remember to subscribe. And from me and Mwende, it's a bye from us.
Bye.
Bye.